What's up, everybody? Phosphorus here with another video. It's a little different today. I just wanted to give you my top 5 things I wish I knew earlier when playing Hogwarts Legacy. So the first thing that I wish I knew earlier was about the Merlin trials. The game probably told me, but I was too excited about exploring Hogwarts and everything else to really pay attention. But with Merlin trials, you get the ability to expand your inventory. So I believe there's 5 stages of Merlin trials, and for each stage you get an ability or a perk to expand your inventory. So while I was exploring all of the surrounding areas and Hogwarts, I was running into the issue of not having enough inventory space for my gear. And as you guys probably know, it's kind of a pain to keep up with how much gear you have, what's good, what's not, all that. And so I was running into the issue of I was just constantly always had too much. And so while I was exploring, I had to go either, remember where I was and go find a merchant, or I would have to go through each individual section and destroy what I didn't need, and that become really cumbersome. So once I remembered to look and saw that completing these trials expands your inventory. So if you can see where you're at in your progress, go to challenges and then go to exploration and then scroll down to the Merlin trials, and you see there are 5 stages. Each one you have to complete a certain amount to expand your inventory space for gear. So part 2 to this is also the ancient magic. So I completely neglected the ancient magic piece as well. Again, I was super distracted by the storyline, and so there's different spots around the map that have these sort of like ancient magic trials. And so it's honestly pretty simple. So you just go to the location, you interact with the magic, and you just complete the trial, which essentially just find the glowing ball. So once you do that, there's three balls you have to find in order to complete that section, and then that's pretty simple. So the big perk for this is, as soon as you complete a certain amount for whatever step you're on, it expands your ancient magic bars. You can see on the lower right hand corner for me right now, I have 3 ancient magic bars. So that is super convenient and super useful whenever you do get into battles, especially with higher end boss battles as well. So again, you can check that by going to exploration, scrolling down to the ancient magic trials. So there's 3 that you need to do to fully max out your bar. My next tip is with the map. So the map's super useful. You can zoom into each location and see where the demiguise statues are to a degree. So you can see what locations, how many demiguise statues that you have found and what you haven't found. So it's really important to find as many statues as you can, so you can turn it into Professor Moon or Mr. Moon in order to upgrade your Alohomora spell. And so I was running around and trying to figure out like where these are, my locations or whatever. But yeah, so it's really useful to use your map to kind of see what general location you need to go to kind of find the statues. And another tip is make sure you're at night. So you utilize your map function where you go to map, you press whatever button it is that you're using to wait, and so you're at night. And then you can use Revelio to then find the location of the statues a lot easier. So there's 3 levels to Alohomora. So to get from level 1 to level 2, you have to turn in 9 moons to Mr. Moon. And then again, you need 9 additional moons to unlock Alohomora level 3, so you can unlock the level 3 locks. So the next tip I have is the zoom out all the way on the map, and so you can see in the top right enemy level. And so what this just means is, you know, in each location, the enemy level is between the lower number or the higher number, so the enemies will scale to your level. Now, if you are level below the lowest level, the enemies will be at the lowest level listed. If you're in that range, the enemies will be scaled to whatever your level is, and then the higher number, if you are higher than that, then obviously the enemies will be scaled to that level. So this is just a good reference to know like what locations that you need to be careful with if you're not at a high enough level for the enemies in that location. But yeah, use this as a quick reference if you're roaming around aimlessly like I've been doing with this Hogwarts Legacy. For my fourth tip is using Revelio while you are on your broom. So this is something I found out later on in the game, but it is super useful to see what all locations are near you that you need to do to complete tasks. So really useful to see where Merlin trials are, where ancient magic trials are. Also when you progress further on in the game, where you can capture beasts and what beasts they are. So it populates also your map, so you'll be able to kind of quick reference that as well. And that's just like something that was super useful once I figured out, just being able to, you know, whenever I'm not doing a main mission or a side quest and I'm just out there searching for the demigod statues or whatever, being able to utilize my map as well just to kind of see like, okay, these locations I haven't really fully explored and I have some more things to do in that area. And also it's really just useful too for whenever you're completing your collection book or collection guide book as well, kind of seeing those locations. But yeah, so it works on both the broom and the beast mount. So right now I'm rocking the Onyx Hippogriff, just exploring all of the area, just flying around, and honestly it's just fun to just kind of explore the terrain, see the beauty of the game. Right now I'm in the winter time and just using Revelio and get those locations added to your map. And my last tip today is for unidentified items. So I thought, you know, if you have these unidentified items that as long as you don't cash them in, if you will, at the desk in the room requirement, they will scale to your current level. However, that is not the case. They scale at whatever level you were when you found them. So my recommendation is, once you find these items, just go ahead, go to the room requirement, turn them in, see what they are. Are they better or not than your current gear? If not, go to a merchant, sell them, and just get your money so you can, you know, buy other things. But yeah, I was hoarding all this gear, and in order to try to you know, get better gear later on. But yeah, it's not the case of how it works. But yeah, so these are my top 5 tips for Hogwarts Legacy, are things that I wish I knew earlier in the game. Let me know down below what tips you found useful, if you guys knew any of these already. I know going forward it's going to help me out a lot to progress towards unlocking everything. Super excited to continue to do more Hogwarts Legacy content. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, turn on your bell notifications. Until next time, peace.